Hi, hello everybody. Welcome back to Pete's Plastic Playground. Here we are again. Nice to be here and to have the opportunity to say thank you for watching the most recent videos and for all the kind comments and questions that have been asked. And it's always good to know that you're there. Recently, I've had a few people ask me about my dioramas that I've built over the years. So I thought I'd take the opportunity now, with the help of my cameraman, to go through them one by one. And I guess the first one is probably the oldest one, that dates back, I don't know, about 5 years now. And I had a Churchill Bridge Lane tank to build, and once it was built I thought, well, what do I do with it? So I built this diorama. The theme is that it's in a fictitious location, maybe somewhere in France, Belgium, Germany after D-Day, in the autumn, hence the hue of the trees. And the local resistance have blown up a bridge, and the stug has fallen into the ravine. And the idea is the bridge layer has been built, and the column of Allied tanks is just making its way over the bridge. And then over the top, I took the opportunity to put two Typhoons roaring over the scene at low level, and you can just imagine the sound of those Sabre engines roaring, can't you? Anyway, so what I did, the structure of this, there's a material that I use in the industry that I work in, which is like a waterproof plasterboard. It's very, very lightweight, and it comes in varying thicknesses, and you can cut it with a Stanley knife to any sort of shape. And it's called aqua board, weddy board, cement based plasterboard, call it what you will. And so that's the base, and then the kind of valley, if you like, or the ravine that the river is over, is just simply made out of strips of cardboard from cereal packets, and then covered in a sort of like a grass material. The river was made with some sort of resin, and I borrowed one of my wife's saucepans to mix it all up, and of course that was wrecked. The swans came out of a packet, but hey, there they go. But I was really chuffed with this actually, but as time's gone on, I'm thinking that I might cut this surround down to maybe about 2 or 3 inches above the level of the diorama, because I think it's sort of too much of a, let's say, a box. But I'll have to find another way of showing the Typhoons in flight with clear plastic rod this time. So that's what I call my D-Day tank diorama, or my tank bridge lane diorama. Next one is one that I built during lockdown. I had a 1/48 scale Airfix ready for battle set, which featured this Hawker Hurricane, this Albion refueler, the MWD truck, which I've only built recently actually, and the set also came with the brilliant figures and the auxiliary pieces of equipment, the oil pumps, fire extinguishers, you know, munition cart and so on, and that lovely little compressor actually on there, which I think is really smart, with that little half horsepower motor on it. One thing I was particularly pleased with on this model, I don't know if you can show in the back doors there, Joe, but as a plumber by trade, I really enjoyed building the manifold on the back of the Albion tanker, because there's little fuel gauges in there. Another feature of this layout, this diode, that I was really pleased with is how the figures came out, because they're a lot easier to paint in 1/48 scale. And the excitable dog I did paint in sort of camouflage colours as well. So it's a bit dusty, this one. I should go over it with a brush soon. But anyway, that's my Airfix 1/48 ready for battle diorama. Okay, so the next one that I'll quickly talk to you about is the what I call the Sussex Downs Battle of Britain diorama. Main features are the Spitfire chasing down the ME110, and he's really he's had it, this bloke, but he's straining at the controls trying to get the ME109 to turn and climb again. Feature on this one, this little die cast cart horse plough And the idea is it's lunchtime, he's halfway through ploughing this field, it's lunchtime, his wife and family have brought the ploughman's lunch up for him, and meanwhile overhead there's this roaring battle going on at the height of the Battle of Britain over Sussex. Next one is the Vosper 172 motor torpedo boat, where all I've tried to do is replicate the box art actually. I think if I remember rightly, the box art shows the boat from this angle, perhaps with the gunner sort of facing away from you. But this one actually, all I did was I used an old chocolate box and just built the sea up with some I just packed some paper in there and used tin foil to create the sea, actually painted wrinkled tin foil, which actually the paint's fading and you can see some of the silver through it. But anyway, I enjoyed the boat. It's a really old kit and I enjoyed building it, so it put it in natural to put it on there. HMS Devonshire, I just sunk it into a bit of this plasterboard and made it look like it's at sea. No flags, no rigging, too small, couldn't get round to doing that. Right, this is a really old one. This is a good few years old now. This again 172 boat from Airfix, and I've noticed that I really do need to dust it. RAF rescue launch. Okay, so the story behind this one is we're at a south coast harbour, maybe Weymouth for example, and I built the base again out of the aqua board and put some timber around it to frame it, which I've never got round to sanding down and painting. I used some balsa wood to build the jetty, and the sea, the water is just rippled plastic, and I just built the thing up using this lightweight aqua board material to build the different levels. And the idea is the boat has just rescued 2 crewmen from maybe for argument's sake a RAF reconnaissance mosquito that's come down in the channel. This poor lad's on a stretcher. They've got him off and they're using the winch to get him up, and this chap's being helped up the steps. He's got his arm in a sling, and there's the little K2 ambulance from the 172 rescue set that comes with the fire engine. And I just put some various 172 scale or 176 scale lorries with that lorry's got a load of coal sacks and some barrels on it as well. So I'm really proud of this one actually. I know the spaces in between these planks are a bit big, and a sort of 4mm foot would go through it, but there we are. Camera's up a bit in the air now because I made this diorama from the Airfix 172 Falklands anniversary with the FRS-1 Sea Harrier and the A4 Skyhawk from the Argentine Air Force. So what's happening is you can see the missiles being fired by the Sea Harrier, which is only about 20 feet behind it, but there we are. Scale modelling for you. I did want to get a map of the Falklands as a sort of wallpaper on there, but just couldn't find anything that would suit, so I just did a plain sky blue to represent the sky. The model of the Sea Harrier I was particularly proud of. I think that one came out quite well. I'm really happy with that one. So that's that. Keeping while we're talking about the Falklands, here's HMS Fearless, and I know HMS Fearless was around a long time before she went down to the South Atlantic, but here's an appeal from me. If anybody knows how I could get hold of a dockyard crane in 1/600 scale, or maybe even I'll have to scratch build one perhaps, but so the idea is this is going to be alongside. Okay, so maybe at Pompey or somewhere like that. So I've still got the Wessex that go on the back. They're hiding on HMS Victorious, which is out of sight at the moment. So if we turn around to the desk now, it gets me onto my last diorama, I think. So I built the Lancaster B Mark III, and man, that was a hard kit to build. It seemed to take a cobweb on there between the air screws. Right? It seemed to take forever to build, and but once it was done, again I thought, well, it's got to go on the diorama. And I had the tractor and the bomb load left over from the Sterling, which is now hanging up on the ceiling up there. Look, there's the Sterling. So so I built this to put next to the Lancaster, and that all works really well. There's also a little refueler round here. I think that's a Bedford, but whether that's authentic for the job, I don't know, but I just plonked it on there. And I was particularly pleased you know, with this senior officer and the WRAF officer there, and leading air crewman, squadron leader perhaps, having a quiet chat as the bombs arrived to ready to arm the aircraft for the next sortie. So while I put this one up here, I'm going to do a quick unboxing. It's Father's Day, and look what the cameraman brought me for Father's Day, bless him. He knows what I like. Now I've been wanting to add this one to my stash for quite a while now, and I've always liked the 110. I did build one a few years ago that was in a dogfight double with a Hurricane, I think, and I actually mounted it in a box frame and gave it to a mate of mine. So that now lives up in Shropshire. But this version, the Trop version, I really do like this colour scheme, and I've never ever done a sort of tropical German colour scheme before. So I really fancy taking up this option of the BF110E. I won't attempt that word, but it's based in Libya in 1942 for the Mediterranean theatre. The other option on the kit for the build is a aircraft based in Norway in 1941. But the reason I'm attracted to building this one is that my old man was around about that part of the world during World War II in the Royal Navy. He went to Malta, and so, you know, he could well have seen these. Who knows? So anyway, so let's have a little look inside the box. Sharp knife to cut the tabs there, the seals. Nice tight box lid. And there it all is. Glorious. So we've got the kit in a bag in the now familiar dark grey plastic. There's a sign from this is a sign for the ladies' waiting room, which is a clue to something that I'm going to finish this video with today. It's an action-packed edition today, isn't it, boys and girls? Oh, steady on. Right, instructions. I won't go through the instructions in detail, but I will turn to the this glorious page of how to do the camo for each version. Splinter camo is quite rewarding, actually. If it comes out well, it's quite rewarding to do it, and I do like doing this stippling as well, but this is the one I'm going to go for. Interesting colour scheme that I've never done before. So there we are, the ME110 from Airfix, and all set up nicely as we've come to know and love. So let's have a look at the frames. Oh, by the way, here are the decals. In my opinion, it's high time we were able to have swastikas, to be quite honest. We're all grown-ups, aren't we? So we know what happened. And we are modelers, and we like to model things as they should be or should have been. So anyway, I'll leave that contentious issue there. Sharp knife through the bag, immediately killing the value of it. I don't care because I'm going to build it. This is great gift. I'm really pleased with this. Oh look, aircrew. Interestingly, look, aircrew in 172 with no arms. So you've got to put the arms on yourself. Lots of nice detail panel lines on the wings. This being sprue A. Sprue B, fuselage halves, and weaponry. Of choice of bomb loads and so on. So there we are. Actually, I wonder if they're extended range fuel tanks or not, or if there must be bombs, I would imagine. Right, here we are. Horizontal stabilizers, vertical stabilizers. I really like the H formation of this aircraft. It's very smart. Engine cowlings, and interior of the cockpit's even's got some rivet detail on, so that's nice. I think I'm going to build this one gear up, actually, for a change. and maybe get a clear plastic stand for it. Sprue E nose cone with holes for the machine guns. Be a challenge to get that through without breaking the guns, but I'll do my best. Nicely detailed tires as well, which if I build it up, build it with the gear up, will go to waste. But there we are, the Messerschmitt ME110 E Tropical, which was given to me by my boy for Father's Day. Okay, come with me on a journey. We're getting towards the end of the video now. Respect my authority. You may remember that we moved house recently, and I've finally got the Hornby model railway up and going again. And I've done a test run today because my nieces and my grandchildren will be coming over to visit. So I felt duty bound to get everything up and running. It all needs a bit of a tidy up generally, but I've got the basics done. We've got 3 working lines plus power to the sidings, and it's Thomas Day for the benefit of the children. Okay, I could have put some more grown-up engines on, but you know, we all like to live in the past a little bit, so it's Thomas Day. A few completed kits over on those shelves look quite nice, but you would have seen all those before one day. So there we are. I'll stop everybody at the station now, or near the station, and wish you a fond farewell from Pete's Plastic Playground. Next time I will give you another update on the Whitley, which has stalled a bit because I've gone back to work now, of course. The Whitley's coming on well. I've got the engines on, got the gear on, done the main painting. It's really fine details, turrets front and rear, and decals, and a bit of varnish and a bit of wash and so on and so forth, and then it'll be there. So maybe in the next few days. So there we are, Pete's Plastic Playground. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.